All right, guys, what's going on? It's your boy Mike Lowy. So we're gonna go over what a candlestick is, how they work, how you can use them with your trading, and how we do use them on the daily, right? So there is red and there is green candles. So with that being said, a green candle indicates that price is moving to the upside, right? When you type in a bull market, that means that we are pushing up. Right now, we are in a bull market. I mean, we are just pumping and it's crazy, right? I mean, price is just continuously pushing to the upside. So that means that we are the bulls. Now, when the price goes down and it's red candle, that is a bear market. Like Chicago Bears, bear down, right? That's what we bear down, Chicago Bears, right? We go down. So when the market is falling, here, I'll show you an example of a company that is down right now. You see how it's just down, lower highs, just falling. So that is exactly what a bear market is, right? So now when we go back to our slideshow, this is strengths of those candles, right? So when you look at a candle, you also have to incorporate the volume that you're looking at it, right? You can kind of tell if there's a lot of volume with the candles based on how they close and what they look like. So each candle tells a story. And in that story, it's who's winning the fight. So it's consistently the bulls against the bears, just butting heads back and forth. Who's winning the fight? Who's going to get what, right? Okay, so with that being said, on the bear market, this is how the candle works. Price opens up here, right? Pushes to the upside, and then the bears, the sellers, will come in and push price down. Boom. All the way down to this low wick. And then the candle closes here. That is how a bearish candle works, right? If it's red, it's going down. Now, if it's green, it's the exact opposite. It opens at the bottom, not the top. It opens at the bottom, pushes down. The buyers step in and take control and push this candle straight to the upside, right? And then it comes back and closes right here. And this is the body of the candle. Okay, so when your candle has a strong body, that is a strong candle. When you hear people say that was a huge wick, that these are your wicks, right? And wicks can indicate liquidity sweeps, right? Well, that's later. But yes, so that is how a candlestick works for the bears and for the bulls. So now, as far as the strengths go, you see how the body of this candle, there's no wicks for either, right? For bulls and bears, there's no wicks. That is a strong candle. That means it is pushing to the downside. Price came down and then pushed all the way up and closed that strong. So that tells you that the buyer is just pushing through. Vice versa, if we're going on a downtrend, sellers came in, pushed up, got rejected, straight down, right? Sellers are winning. So you can see as the bodies get smaller, they're less strong. So these are like indecisive candles, is what I like to say. If we have an indecisive candle, you might want to wait for another candle for confirmation for your trade. All right. So now hands-on wise, over based off support and resistance, and also I'll make another video going over what is support and what is resistance. But for now, just to show you guys, all right, very, very simple. Support is where things bounce. Resistance is where things reject. Let's say, for example, we're coming up and we break out of this resistance, right? We break above it. We wait for that retest. Now, yes, this worked, right? But this being an indecisive candle, probably wouldn't take that retest, right? I probably want to wait for a little bit more confirmation on a better day. Now, here on this retest, right, it pushes up and it comes back down. Now, this candle what's this candle, right? You can see that this, oh geez, don't clown me for my boxes. This candle is a boom hammer, right? So that is a more bullish candle. So that gives you the indication that we can take that breakout on the next day to the upside. And you can see that this is where we retest and push up. All right. So that is a perfect example of a break and retest of support with your confirmation. This candle, this bullish hammer is your confirmation. I'll show you guys what this means. So these are called haramis, right? So this is a bullish harami and a bearish harami. So whenever a bullish harami, right, you see big red, you're like, that doesn't make sense. It's because a bullish harami you would see at the bottom of a downtrend. And you would see a green candle full day closed inside that body is a bullish harami, right? And vice versa. You can see a bearish harami at the top of an uptrend. And that's an indication to push downwards. So with this being said, let's look at an example of a bullish harami, right? Which I want to find a good example for you. Here, right there, perfect. So bullish harami off of a key level, right? I mean, this is our 50, 100, 200. These are ones that I like to have up for the dailies. But this right here is a perfect example of a bullish harami. So yes, we wicked down and came back up. But even with this bullish harami, what happened right here? Right? So you may have not taken it that day, and then maybe not taking it this day. That was a pretty crazy day. But at the end of this candle close, the end of this day, you have a hammer again. Take it up. Take it at least to your next resistance, right? So that's the way to play haramis. And let's do a bearish one. Now on Microsoft right here, this is a bearish harami, right? So you can see we are pushing down, but this was a potential bounce spot, right? I mean, that's a good potential bounce. But you see that we have an inside candle inside this huge bullish candle. That tells us that we want to push to the downside. So you wait for that break of this day's low and grab that retest, which it gapped, and then push down, right? So that's how haramis work. I know it's kind of a lot, but haramis are your inside candle. Whatever inside candle smallest is what direction it's going, right? If that makes sense. And then see bullish harami pushed up, right? So this is a bullish harami push to the upside. Wait for that to break. Boom. Take that retest. Go. All right. I mean, that's really all I got for you guys for what is a candlestick. We could go like also bullish engulfing, right? Like this candle just engulfed all of these previous days, or even like this candle right here alone engulfed the past like week, right? So when there's a bullish or bearish engulfing candle, that's usually a big tall tail, right? Like this candle fully enclosed this bullish candle. So that is clear that the bears are winning the fight. So you can always use this wick as a retest to go back to the downside. But obviously, that was after a big push up. So if you do take that reject down, be cognizant of where a support might be, which will go into the next class of support and resistances. All right, so make sure you guys like, follow, comment, subscribe. Put in the comments if I could do better. I'm better when I'm hands-on with people and they could ask me questions. So ask questions. Let's go. I'm trying to help people grow. Let's get it.